Hello and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Samson, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Samson's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give the dogs while we're working with them, and also the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Samson has been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we will show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Now Samson is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, and that's where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. The command that you're going to give is Samson heel, and you're going to simply start walking, and you'll notice that Samson has been trained to walk very nicely on your left-hand side at your pace. Therefore, he should not be pulling ahead on that leash nor lagging behind either. We've also incorporated an automatic sit into the heeling exercise, so anytime that you're out and about and walking with Samson and you stop, he's been trained to sit nicely right at your left heel position. And you will see those automatic sits throughout the video here. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command. It's hand and voice command. Use the open flat of your left palm in front of his muzzle and the one-word command to stay, and then out to the end of the leash. Your sit-stay helps build up his self-control and maturity skills, so make sure that you're incorporating this command often into your day. You want to start out with low time increments of 30 seconds to a minute, and upon his success, increase your intervals, working up to a total of 3 minutes. Now Samson should remain seated throughout the entire command, and that includes Fred's return to heel position, where he's going to walk all the way around and behind. Very nicely done, Samson, and he gets some praise for that. Here at Williams Dog Training Company, we use lots of positive reinforcement and make it fun and motivating for the dogs to work through their commands. We like to let them know when they're doing a great job so that they continue to do so. They're using some verbal praise. You'll hear Fred tell him good job or good boy throughout the video, and you'll often see him give him a little pet on the head there. Stay. Demonstrating that stay command again. We'll give them a moment to hold it for some practice, and instead of returning back to heel position, they'll demonstrate the recall or the come on command, and the command you give is Samson come. Come. He should get up and come in and sit nicely in front of you. Good boy, get some praise. And then back to heel position around the right side, behind you to your left hand side, sitting nicely. Great job, and they'll demonstrate that again. I'll make sure when you give the command, Samson come, you make it in a nice inviting tone for him. Make it welcoming for him to want to come to you. Good job. Now, anytime that you're working Samson through his commands and he does not complete them appropriately, you tell him no, followed by a tug and release on that training collar, and you go ahead and repeat the command. Or if he's displaying any inappropriate behavior, such as barking or jumping or nipping or chewing, again, tell him no, and followed by a tug and release on that training collar to stop the behavior. And then you can go ahead and repeat the command that you were giving. So if you were heeling with him and he's barking, tell him no, give him a correction, and repeat the command to heel. Now the next command that they're going to demonstrate is the down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm straight down towards the ground, and the one-word command to down. Then give that stay command for out to the end of your leash again. This is another command that you're going to want to practice often to help build up the ability to down stay for longer periods of time. And start with low time increments once again, and build your way up to a total of 5 minutes for the down stay. And of course, he should remain laying down throughout the entire command. And Fred's going to go ahead and return back now all the way around. Great job, Samson. So, for example, if he was to get up while Fred was returning He would tell him no, go back and put him in a down stay and repeat the command from the beginning. It is important to make sure he completes the command from beginning to end. It's also a good time to remind you that although you will be incorporating all of your commands into your everyday life with Samson, you want to be setting aside about 10 to 15 minutes every day to work Samson through his commands in a formal obedience training session such as this video. It's great practice for the both of you and will help with the transition of his commands and rules. There's an example right there. Fred put him in a down stay. He broke the down, so Fred went back, told him no, went back, put him in a down, and out to the end of the leash once again. Perfect example of a correction there. Now they'll demonstrate that recall command for you again from the down position. Sometimes it's good when they have a little mess up there, so that way we can demonstrate for you the appropriate way to correct it. Now this last command they're going to demonstrate the second of our down commands, down from a distance. Leave them in a sit stay out to the end of the leash, and you're going to use your right hand to give Samson the down command. And he should drop into a down directly where he's sitting. Very nicely done. Back to heel position. So we've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Samson has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Samson, and we ask that you keep us posted on his progress when he returns home. And thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.